Welcome students. In our previous lecture we had studied about the journal. So in this lecture we shall be starting with the new topic of cash book. So it comes under the chapter of recording of the transactions. So what is a cash book? It is used to keep a record of all transactions related to cash receipts and cash payment. So it is a record of all transactions related to cash receipts and cash payments. This serves the purpose of both journal as well as a ledger account. So it can serve the purpose of both journal as well as the ledger account. Cash book is also a book of original entry because the transactions are recorded from the source documents for the first time. So it is also considered as original entry book because the transactions are recorded from the source documents for the first time. When a cash book is maintained, transactions of cash are not recorded in the journal. So while maintaining this, I am writing here, if cash book is maintained, then the transactions of cash are not recorded in a journal. The transactions of cash involved are not recorded in journal. In big organizations such as banks, there are separate cash books for cash receipts and cash payments. So this was regarding the big organization. Now what are the various types of the cash book? Now the various types of cash book. Number one, that is the single column cash book, or we can say the simple cash book. The simple cash book or single column cash book. So they are usually distinguished by the number of columns. Then comes the two column cash book. Then the triple column cash book, or the triple, or known as the three columnar cash book. It is having three columns in it. And finally a miscellaneous cash book for miscellaneous entries known as petty cash book. So it is somewhat different from these column cash books. So now let us start with it with one by one, starting from the single column cash book. So a cash book which contains only one column of amount is known as a single column or a simple cash book. So it only contains one column of amount. A cash account is divided into two sections by a central vertical line. We can say the cash account is divided into two sections. Now what are these two sections? The left hand side section is known for debit entries, whereas the right hand side is for the credit entries. So the left hand side account is for debit entries and the right side account is for credit entries. the abbreviation DR will be written at the top of the left and the abbreviation of CR for credit will be written on the right hand corner respectively. The word to is written before the debit entry. So, for this the word to will be written before the debit entries, and the word by, it is written before the credit entries. The format will be given below. Now, I am drawing here the column, the format for a single column cash book. So, generally the cash column is divided into two parts by a central vertical line. So, let us divide into two parts from here. The left side is for debit entries. So, the word DR will be written over here, whereas the right side is for credit entries and the word CR will be written here. Now, on this side, first column is for date, then the particulars. Now, if the posting is in the ledger, then the LF column, the ledger folio number, and finally the amount. Now, this central vertical line is separating this one. And this is for the second column, that is again for the date, same is repeated, then for the particulars, then for the ledger folio number, and finally for the amount concerned. Now, if you see, the green side is for debit and the red side is for the credit. Now, this is the total, we can say, the format that is utilized for entries in a single column cash book. So, every time we are writing the entries on the debit side, it will be starting from the word to, and in the case of the credit, they will be starting from the word by, and ultimately at the end on the debit side it is written as BD, that refers to the amount brought down, and for the credit side it is written in the balance by CD, that means carried down. So, do not get confused, and the total is tallied on both the debit and credit side, and it should match each other. Now, the next one is the two column cash book. Now, the second one we will be starting from here, that is two column cash book. Now, what is this two column cash book? Now, there is a great importance of discount in the cash transactions. So, here we will be enlightening the importance of discount in cash transactions. If a businessman receives or allows the cash discount, then the two column cash book is needed to record it. So, in this type of the cash book, the following two columns are to be provided on each side. The first column is for discount, which is for nominal account. So, the first column is for discount. Now, this is a nominal account, whereas the second column is for the cash, which is the real account. So, you will have to maintain the difference over here. So, this is for the cash discount that is received or that is allowed by any businessman. So, each item of the discount allowed is recorded on the credit side. Now, for the discount allowed, every time this entry will be mentioned on the credit side. So, remember this thing. While the items of the discount received is always posted to the debit side of the respective personal account. So for the discounts received, students remember these things. These are the general basics, the elementary basics of the cash book entry. So all the discount received, they will be entered on the debit side. So don't forget this thing. The total of the discount columns on each sides are done without the balancing. So the total of the discount column on debit side is debited to the discount account, and the total of the discount column on the credit side is credited to the discount account. It is a simple one. The cash columns are recorded in the same way as the simple cash book, and the balance of the columns is ascertained in the manner as balancing the simple cash book. So now let us draw the format of this. Now we all are familiar that the left side is for the debit receipts and the right side is for the payments or credits. So it will be divided with a central vertical line like this, and now the various columns that are to be entered on the debit side are date, then comes the particulars, then comes the ledger folio LF, then comes the discount. Now here is the entry of another nominal account known as discount, and then the cash payments or the cash entries. Now these are for the debit side, and similarly the columns will be for the credit side also: date, particulars, then comes the LF, and finally the discount and cash. So these entries in the red color are for the credit side. So here you can see easily that how these are maintained. So this is the column for or the format for a 2-column cash book. Now we shall be proceeding to another type of cash book that is known as a 3-column cash book. Or a triple column cash book. So what is a 3-column or a triple column cash book? So we are going to study. So it is a popular form of the cash book. In this type of cash book, the following 3 columns are to be provided on each side of the cash book, on the debit as well as on the credit side. So now let us see what are these columns. The first one is for discount, which is a nominal account. So remember, the discount is a nominal account, the first column. The next one is the cash, which is a real account, and the third one is the bank, which is a personal account. Now for the bank, this is a personal account. So in the previous 2-column cash book, we had covered the first 2 written accounts, nominal and the real. Now comes the entry of the third account, that is known as the bank account, which is a personal account. So the following procedure will be adopted for posting a transaction in the 3-column cash book. That will be as follows. So whenever amount is received in cash, it is recorded in the debit side. So remember this, that cash received, it will be recorded on the debit side in cash column. So now you will have to remember in which column it is to be written. And if any discount is allowed to the party concerned, it will be recorded in the discount column on the debit side only. So the discount allowed to the party concerned for this particular transaction, it will be recorded on the debit side in the discount column. The next is All the cash payments are to be recorded in the credit side in the cash column. So all the cash payments they will be recorded on the credit side in the cash column, and the discount received from the parties for these cash payments, they will be recorded on the credit side in the discount column. So whenever you will solve an illustration regarding the entries to the cash book, you will have to apply these general rules. Now when the cash is received and then sent to the bank for deposit, then in the debit side bank account is debited and the cash account is credited on the cash side. So the third case we are saying is that the cash is received and then sent to bank for deposit. Cash is received and then sent to the bank for deposit. So for example, we are receiving any amount, let us say 5,000, and we are depositing it in the bank at the same time. So the entry will be as follows. The bank account in debit side will be debited and the cash account in the credit side will be credited. So for the same entry, the cash account on credit side will be credited. Similarly, when the cash is withdrawn from the bank for say any official use, so the next one is when a cash is withdrawn from the bank, then the cash account is debited in the debit side. So it will be the opposite of the upper transaction. So the cash account is debited in the debit side and the bank account is credited in the credit side. Such entries are known as contra entries and a letter C is recorded in the ledger folio column. So these type of entries here, these are referred to as contra entries and the word C is written in ledger folio column, in LF column for such entries. Now these are the contra entries here. So this was the case for the cash. Now what if a check is being received? So now let us consider the case of a check. Now when a check is received from the customer, means the payment is through the check. So it is directly sent to the bank column because checks will have to be sent to the bank to be deposited. So it is directly sent to the bank column, but In case the check is received but the same has to be sent for bank for deposit on a later date, then it is presumed that it is kept in a cash box and treated as a cash. So, if the check is deposited on later date, it is considered as cash and recorded in the cash column. So, when a check is endorsed to a person, the entry will be just like the cash payment. So, if a check is endorsed to a person, so entry will be like a cash payment only. Similarly, so when a cross check is received, it is recorded in the debit side in the bank column. So, for a crossed check, so whenever a cross check is received, it is recorded in the debit side of the bank column. But when a bearer or other check is received, so for a bearer or other checks, so this is the name bearing check, not a cross check. So, whenever a bearer check is received, it is recorded in the debit side in cash column. So, now we shall be drawing the format for a triple column cash book. So, the format of a triple column cash book will be as follows. So, it will be divided from a central vertical line like this. So, the left side is for the debit entries and it is always started with the letter DR, and it will be including the columns of date, then the particulars, then the column of discount, then the column of cash, and finally the column of bank. So, similarly, the right side or the credit side will be having the same columns of date, then comes the particulars, then the discount, then the cash, and finally the bank column. So, students, this is the entries that are for the triple column cash book. So, last we are having a petty cash book. So, this is our last case, that is known as a petty cash book. So, in every business organization, a large number of small payments are to be done, and these are for the miscellaneous expenses. So, these miscellaneous expenses can be anything. So, these can be, you can say, the taxi fare, the typing papers, wages, bus fare, courier services, postage service, postage stamps, cartridge, typewriter ribbons, and everything else. The stationery expenses, these are made and these are entered into the petty cash book, because maintaining a ledger head for each and every transaction will be quite a cumbersome process. Moreover, a very large number of books will be required to keep them separately. So the cashier will be unnecessarily overburdened and a big cash book will be required to maintain all the accounts. So this usually occurs on the impressed basis, the recording. So in the impressed basis, a definite sum known as impressed money is given to the petty cashier to make small payments out of it. So when he has spent a major portion of his impressed money, he gets reimbursement of the amount spent from the main cashier. So these are given in advance to meet the expenses So the format will be highlighted as, so it's containing also different sides, two sides, that is a debit and a credit side. So in the debit side, the impressed amount money will be highlighted. So the first column is date, then comes the particulars. So in the particular column, the entry for the impressed money can be added. So here is the value of impressed money highlighted. Now then comes the entries of the expenses occurring date wise. So for that again date, then the particulars. So this amount is separated here and this is the credit side now being started, then the particulars. And then the different columns I am writing here as A, B, C, D, E, F and finally the remarks column. So these columns mention the various account heads that can be stationery charges, the courier service charges, the taxi fares and anything else. So these are the different head expenses. The impressed money entry is here. So it can be written as to the cash record. So this can be done on this following basis. So this is a simple format for a petty cash book. So students, in this we have learned about the various types of the cash book, that is a single column. Then comes the two column cash book, its format. Then the triple column cash book. Triple column cash book is written here. And finally the petty cash book. So students, it's a quite important topic. So remember the various types of the cash book and their uses.